these three pillars encompass what our services as a company are, okay? And the reason why you have such a unique opportunity in today's competitive marketplace with a very dynamic, changing consumer is the fact what I'm about to talk about, very few practices, very few businesses, period, even out of healthcare, have what I'm about to talk about down well, all right? Most hardly do it at all, and the ones who do it are spending the money on the wrong things. Now, what these three pillars are is how you take the most successful organizations out of healthcare. I call them the top 1%. That's what we talk about in our podcast a lot. The top 1% versus the 99%. How do you take what they do in a competitive marketplace to crush their competition, and how do you customize that into the practice environment? And that's what these three pillars of success are. And it starts with digital marketing. That is our first three pillars of success. Now, that also represents the very first step of your new patient experience. These are the three things that make up our digital marketing services. It's YouTube marketing, social media marketing and management, and custom web design and search engine optimization, all right? Now, the next one, training. Very, very important, all right? Management and employee training, so important. We're heavy believers that if you took the way athletes trained and you move that over into the business environment, you will crush the competition because athletes train repetitively, constantly, over and over. They train on new things, they train on old things, their weaknesses and their strengths. That's what we believe in as a company. And the reason being is the neural impact. The neural impact talks of the science of how humans always resort back to how they used to do things. That is why the come and go consultant model, we heavily believe that it is not an effective model. That's why we created what I was talking about, more of a partnership with our clients. The neural impact also states from a training perspective. You know, if you're answering the phone one way and you get taught how to answer the new patient call in a different way, the second you stop practicing that, you are going to slowly but surely go back to how you used to do it. And that is what the neural impact talks about, which again is so important to know the psychology behind a lot of these things. Now, we train on a lot of stuff, okay? Just a high-level overview is all these things you see on the screen are non-clinical. They make up almost everything going on with employees within your organization on a daily basis. Answering the phones, complaints, overcoming objections, time management, time efficiency, presenting money, sales fundamentals. And sales fundamentals, by the way, it doesn't mean a car dealership. It just simply means education, okay? So we want to teach sales in a way where you're a good educator, not a car salesman, so don't misunderstand there. Teamwork, presentation skills, all of these things, and these are only a few examples, make up all the things that are going on with your employees every day. They've got to be great at this stuff to convert at the highest levels, okay? Now, we take everything I was just talking about and we plug it into how do you train to be the best at the new patient call, even the best at your digital experience with taking content from within your organization. The new patient experience, how you greet people properly, all these things that make up the famous organizations and why they're so successful. How can you apply them to each aspect of the appointment process? How can you do that to be as successful as possible? Now, the way we do our training is in three ways. We have video-based courses that you can purchase off our store. You can get those individually or purchase what we call our Practice Virtual platform that houses all of our training content in there. Another one is you can do webinar trainings on an ongoing basis with an assigned coach. And then we have our on-site program where an assigned coach comes to your practice every single month. So those are the three ways we carry out our training. Now, the third pillar of success, management, all right? So we have digital marketing training, which encompasses training of management and employees, okay? And then we have management, all right? Really, without management, all else fails, okay? That's why I was talking about earlier, while I have great admiration for the clinical abilities, respect you a lot, this is what's going to move the needle in today's competitive marketplace. The beauty is you can be both, okay? It doesn't have to be, and I'm not trying to demean the importance of the clinician because you being a great clinician is very important, all right? You knock this with it, you're going to just crush the competition, all right? We want to set up management in a way that you have total oversight of your organization. And there's a podcast we did, and I suggest watching it or listening to it. It talks about employees respect only what you inspect, all right? But it can't be difficult. It can't be hard work for you to inspect it. So this all goes into you having that oversight of every aspect of your organization without having to work hard at it, all right? It begins with our time efficiency strategies of billionaires. What do billionaires do to manage their time, to have oversight of their company, all right? A lot of that goes into it. Part of that is employee performance indicators. It's a very popular course we have, and it talks about how to track the data that matters. All right, track different data than your competition so you have visibility of your business that's different than your competition. Very popular course, very powerful. Help we tie in with the digital office manual, all right? If you have a binder that sits on the shelf, that's kind of 20 years ago. Our digital office manual is a living, breathing document. It makes it easy for you to make changes. This mark as red button that you see is green. When employees click that on any one given protocol, that's going to document into their HR automatically, which kind of leads me into this human resources. It kind of acts like a virtual human resource manager to do a lot of the things to give you an actual human resources department that few practices actually have. You may have some written notes. You may think you have HR. This actually gives you a real human resource department that a large corporation would have, and it really helps grow the organization with all the automated documentation to help with employee reviews and things like that. Now, mystery shoppers. I always say to myself, if the finest institutions like the Ritz-Carlton, Starbucks, Walt Disney, companies like that, if they do mystery shoppers to make sure their employees are functioning at high levels, that's good enough for me. I'm going to do it too. And that's one of the reasons why we do it for our practices in two different ways. We have recorded mystery calls, and we even do a live analysis of those calls a lot of times, like a virtual coach that you can play it in front of your team and say, look, these are the good, this is the not so good. And we also have patients that physically show up to your practice and record the entire appointment start to finish. Now, again, this is not about spying on your people. This is about giving constructive feedback so you can coach them at higher levels. All right? Very important to have oversight. Now, what is the ROI of our program? And before I get into that, something I'm very proud of with this company is we are trusted by some of the highest producing, most well-known doctors in the nation, all right? I believe that says a lot about our company. We're big on the experience that our clients get, and the ROI is tremendous, which I'm about to get into. But these doctors are all very well known, great people, high producers, really are innovative with the way they do things, and it's an honor to be trusted by them. Now, Dr. Regina Blevins, the first one on that slide, in 2017 grew her organization 60%, revenue increase of 60%. Now, a lot of people would say that's great growth, and it is, but we came back in 2018, and that's where the ongoing consistency of this program is so important. It's not a weekend relationship, it's ongoing. So in 2018, we're able to look at the weaknesses of 2017, and we say, look, we can still grow like crazy. So in 2018, she increased her conversion rate by 34% over 2017, and that's what that ongoing work is able to do, all right? And that goes into your digital presence, the training, and the management styles, as we talked about. Now, our average client increases their revenue about 20 to 40%, both their first and their second year, all right? But something I'm even more proud of are all these other things, such as the ROI of getting things put on autopilot, all the things that are a pain, the employee trainings, oversight of your organization, all those things that really drag down a clinician because it's not something you're real excited about doing. That's what we want to do, is get those things on autopilot. The culture as well. The better the culture, the more you're going to grow. It's period, end of story. And the better the culture is the better the experience, and really vice versa. So our clients have a much better internal experience for their employees, which in turn relates to a better overall culture. Now, something I'm even more proud of is our clients are able, and this goes back to those three forms of marketing, our clients are able to eliminate 100% of all their external marketing costs, as well as 100% of all their pay-per-click costs. All right, pay-per-click, we believe, as well as the outside advertising, is a waste of money. There is a far better way to grow your organization. All right, now, save and grow, just like I was talking about. Many doctors we come across are spending more just on pay-per-click. Now, when you add what they're paying for SEO on top of that, it's far more. But just pay-per-click, many doctors we come across are actually spending more every month on PPC, pay-per-click, than what our entire program bundled together costs. So it's a much more powerful way to grow while saving money. Now, what does our whole program encompass? Well, really everything I'm talking about and everything you see coming up on the screen right now, that's what you could bundle together for a package that's a lot lower than what you're probably already spending on pay-per-click, maybe even SEO. So all these things on the screen, and each one, there's subcategories. So there's literally hundreds of things when you add them up with our program. Those are kind of the main categories. But you can bundle all of those together at a cost that's lower than pay-per-click. Now, you don't have to. If you want to come in and just buy something individually, maybe it's the new patient telephone call training or just social media, you're more than welcome to. But know that when they're bundled, they work in harmony together, because it's investing in one company every month as opposed to having to pay 10 or 15, and those 10 or 15 companies have no idea what the other company is doing. With this, it is literally from your digital presence to the end of the appointment, everywhere in between, working in harmony together. And that is why it works so well. In the end, we're all about teaching a new mindset, those outside of healthcare strategies and how to customize them, because we're experts at the practice as well. So we're able to customize those outside of healthcare strategies to the practice environment. And we teach that new mindset in order to get you new results. I appreciate you watching today, learning more about New Patient Group. Hope you enjoy searching around the website, and we look forward to partnering with your organization.